Nigeria's economy requires the input of local content to attain our vision 2020, and Babcock University is going for this topic. So at this time, we will invite the lead speaker, Mr. Uwende Meshach Okeze, for his presentation. Let's give them all.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, sir, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, coordinators, ladies and gentlemen. Uwende Meshach Okeze is my name, and I'm representing Babcock University to argue in support of the motion that says that the Nigerian economy requires the input of local content to achieve our Vision 2020. It was John May in 2011 that defined what local content is as the locally produced goods and services. The vision statement of Vision 2020 states, and I quote, that by 2020, Nigeria will have a large, diversified, sustainable, strong and competitive economy that effectively harnesses the talents and energies of its people and responsibly exploits its natural endowment to guarantee a high standard of living and quality of life to its citizens. This explains the fact that the vision statement of the Vision 2020 already has made us understand that what the Vision 2020 needs for its achievement is indeed local content. And the vision speaks for itself. I'll be basing my argument today on the following points. That's one, local content will support the oil and gas industry and indeed grow the small and medium-scale enterprises. Two, imputing of local content would help us rejuvenate industries that are going into extinction. Three, local content would advance the steel industry, and this would ultimately help us to achieve industrialization. Four, local content initiative will enhance indigenous participation in the maritime sector. Five, local content promotes indigenous technological advancement. And six, that local content promotes indigenization of technology. The oil and gas sector contributes a major part of the Nigeria's GDP, and it represents one of the most potent sectors in our economy. However, in the Nigerian system, it is a very, very sad thing to note that this oil and gas sector has not been able to maximize its potential in Nigeria all the while, just because we lack local institutions in our country that are involved in the process of exploration. What we have are James and the Totals and the various other foreign investors that come into the oil sector to give us what we have. The crude oil that we have can also produce a lot of other byproducts during the refinement process. And unfortunately for Nigeria, what we have found is that since we don't have these locally produced goods in Nigeria, we cannot grow our GDP. And that, in the long run, does not help us to achieve the Vision 2020. What we are proposing this day is that if we can have locally refined and processed goods here in Nigeria from our crude oil and ensure that we have a refinery, then indeed we will march towards the Vision 2020. Secondly, when Nigeria includes local manpower, ideas, and natural resources, some of these dying industries that we have can begin to rejuvenate to ensure that our Vision 2020 is achieved. Statistical reports from the CBN show that since 1997, the textile industry has declined seriously in its contribution to the GDP. And also we have, some time ago, people used to be happy and proud to ride in their automobile cars made by Peugeot because they were assembled here in Nigeria. But since a long time ago, this has stopped. And we have noticed that as a result of this, the GDP in Nigeria is reducing seriously because our industries are going down because we do not have local manpower and ideas that are used to power our sectors. Also, the Ajaokuta Steel Company and the Delta Steel Company are steel production companies that can only run on local manpower and resources, but then to run at better capacity. This can help industrialization, and in the long run, it will affect other sectors that have to do with manufacturing. Next, it is a big shame that only foreign investors and foreign companies are involved in the shipping business. Now, the shipping business represents another part of the economy that can indeed bring revenue to us from those monies that are gotten from them. Now, what we are proposing is that the government can give low interest loans to local investors to ensure that these local investors can begin to acquire vessels that can move crude and high capacity goods across the sea. Again, there are talented people in our country that have several technological innovations. We know of our Babcock University Science and Technology Faculty that is best known for the various innovations that they have had, especially the e-voting technology. We also know recently of the Nation newspaper publication that showed a 13-year-old student who had just made a urine generating plant in the East. We have heard of Philip Emeagwali, who is abroad and is most noted for being the father of internet as well as other computer technologies. What we are saying is this, that if we can channel all of this local content to ensure that our economy is growing, then we will be on the way to our vision 2020. Finally, China currently is #1 economy in the world because they were able to indigenize the technologies that they have, that they brought into their country. What indigenization of technology means is that they can transfer these foreign ideas to local products that can make them compete against the best of the best in the economies of the world. The argument we are having today is that the Nigerian economy requires input of local content for the attainment of our vision. And we have advanced all of this. My colleagues will continue. Thank you.
On that note, I would like to invite the first speaker from Fountain University of Osogbo, Najib Abdullahi.
We all know that direct correlation between economic development and giant power. For any nation state in the world to be economically dependent on vibrant, that nation state in the world must be scientifically innovated. But the question is, can we say the Nigerian local content have the scientific infrastructure to drive economic development, such as the Nigeria Vision 2020? Or this note, I say, good day, Mr. Chairman, my partial panel of judges, my co-debater, my ever listening on it. My name is Abdullahi Abdullahi, representing Fountain University. And I will be arguing against the question which states that Nigerian economy requires the input of local content in the attainment of Vision 2020 goal. What do we mean by local content? Local content simply means that value added in Nigeria by local staff, by local services, by local materials, without compromising quality. Can we broadly say that Nigerian industry can provide products and services without compromising the quality? We all know the answer. And I will articulate my point as follows. Firstly, where does the origin of this just comes from? Secondly, the oil and gas sector. This also represents economic deterioration that we are expressing in Nigeria. Thirdly, the financial institution in Nigeria cannot contribute to the attainment of Vision 2020 alone. And the value orientation of Nigeria is my fourth point. Lastly but not least, the credibility of these indigenous companies that my colleagues further process. In the year 2004, Goldman Sachs, a financial fame and security in the United States, predicted that Nigeria can be one of the top global economies by the year 2025. This is coming from a foreign firm. This is coming from a foreigner. This is coming from a foreign expert that know exactly what he's talking about. Not until after he realized, not until after he predicted that Nigeria can be one of the top 20 global economies in the world, that Nigeria woke up and realized that we must put effort in place today and to stand up the economies in the world. I'm talking about Nigerian local content, or we can call it Nigerian content, as the TV states in the article passed by the Nigerian National Assembly on the 22nd of April 2010. He said, and I quote, that the Nigerian oil and gas sector needs to contribute nothing less than 10 billion annual investment in the economy. But I can promise it, on the 26th of September 2010, at the Nigerian History, Professor Chukwuma Solu, the former senior governor, said that the Nigerian local content bill is driving away over $100 billion due to the flaws in the bill. That the bill needs to go back to the House of Assembly. They should re-amend it, and this will take the time that Nigeria does not have to spare. Because Nigeria Vision 2020 is simply 6 years and 9 months from today. Can we avoid to waste any time? We know every second is counting. And for us, we all know that this vision is attainable. We have all it takes to attain it. But at present, we must put all hands on deck. We must put all resources financial institutions. The banks in Nigeria have not been able to contribute their quota as expected in the development of the economy. An example of this is the Nigerian small scale and medium time enterprises, which is fragmented. They have failed to put up images that will give them the opportunity to attract loans from these local banks. And even when they have the opportunity to use contract, these local and indigenous companies have to resort to borrowing from foreign countries in order to execute programs. They borrow resources, technical support, and as well as import-export to execute this project. So what's the essence of shouting about local content? When what we do at the end of the day is go back to these foreigners and give us and take exactly what we want from them at exorbitant prices. Why not ask them to come and train us, acquire this knowledge, go through the science and the innovative transformation and develop on our own? And most important, the value orientation of Nigeria is my third point. We are talking about local content. Nigeria is one of the few nation states in the world that preaches what it does not intend to practice. Our leaders are shouting about local content. Our ex-sectors is the exception. And they will come up with if they want to shop with Dubai and you are preaching for us to adopt local content, when you believe yourself that these local contents cannot take us to the developmental level that we require and we require ourselves, the Nigerian currency is being minted by a foreign nationality, and we are talking about this. Can the Nigerian firm meet our currency without compromising the quality within a space of 6 years and 9 months? No. And furthermore, talking about the capability of the Nigerian firms, recently, BG Health conducted a research in the external affairs. 70% of the contract awarded to organize for firms in the oil and gas sector was executed outside Nigeria. This company does not have the technical knowledge, does not know how to execute this project, and also they acquire the project knowing that they cannot execute what they have collected. And looking at the flaws of this local content field, it states, and I quote, that any foreign company that fails to identify this local content will be fined mere 5% of the contract. So what are you saying? Even the punishment for going contrary to the bill is as simple and acceptable to all these firms. So even if they feel there is need for them to go outside and bring the necessary technical support for Nigeria to develop, they will go by it and pay mere 5% of what they awarded in contract and not. And this bill also has a what we call minister waiver, in which the minister has the right on his own to award contracts to foreign companies. What's the extent of giving the minister a waiver if you intend to individualize what you want to do? Why ask us to come and develop our own institution? When you know at the end of the day, you utilize the power you have politically to influence the award of contract, and also talking further about the capability of the Nigerian firm. The recent termination of contract of by company Lagos Ibadan Expressway by federal government was this the inability of the by company.
We were able to talk well. Thank you very much. On that note, I would like to invite the second speaker from the Department of Economics, Backward University, Olushide Christina. Please let's have
the judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, and my audience, good afternoon. An article published just yesterday by the Leadership newspaper posits that for the attainment of Vision 2020, Nigeria must evolve strategies to stimulate the growth and expansion of local resource-based manufacturing firms. The writer further explains that other nations that have adopted local content, specifically the BRICS, which are following Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has ensured the transformation of their local centers of economic activity, ensuring their relevance on the international scene. I, Ms. Olushide Christina of Backward University, hereby propose the motion: Nigeria's economy requires an input of local content to attain our Vision 2020 goal, based on the following points. 1. Local content promotes the attainment of macroeconomic goals. 2. Local content fosters the maximum utilization of agricultural resources. 3. Local content reduces capital flight. 4. Local content limits tax avoidance. And 5. Local content promotes patriotism. First, policies and programs in Nigeria seek the attainment of the 5 overall macroeconomic goals, which are reduction of inflation, stabilization of prices, favorable balance of payments, full employment of resources, and equitable distribution of income. Maximizing local content, which limits importation, will ensure the attainment of these macroeconomic goals, which will in turn spur the attainment of the proposed Vision 2020. Next, the relevance of Nigeria's local content for the expansion of our economy cannot be underestimated, as we recall that Malaysia, one of the top 20 economies of the world, derived its palm kernel seed from the soil of Nigeria and is today the largest exporter of palm oil, a product we still import. For the attainment of Vision 2020, there is a need for Nigeria to maximize our agricultural base. Therefore, I propose that the Nigerian government should divert funds spent on the importation of agricultural produce to the enhancement of agricultural projects, especially in line with research and development. Further, the economic disadvantage arising from the diversion of profits earned by foreign investors to their home countries would not be significant if Nigeria is populated by local investment. Therefore, it is necessary for the government to focus on ensuring an enabling environment for such local industries to function. The implication of that is that profits earned by these local investors are plowed back to the economy, which will help the attainment of the proposed vision. On the next point, obvious loopholes exist within the propositions of the personal income tax of Nigeria as regards the liability of foreigners to the payment of tax regarding their ownership of residence permits and their presence in the country for at least 183 days of every year. This is an obvious loophole